guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. This review is for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 11 episode 12. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Listen, this episode got extremely messy, so let's just get right into this review because I have a lot to say. So at the very beginning of this episode, Khaotic ends up inviting Erica Banks on a little dessert date, and during this date, he ends up telling her that he wants her to come to his single release party, but he wants her to show up as his date. Now, although Erica Banks is flattered and she tells him that she will show up as his date, she wants to know what he's going to tell Amy because she wants him to make it very clear at the single release party that he's rocking with her and nobody else. Now, Khaotic is out here being really reckless with his behavior because he shouldn't have even been flirting with Amy if all he saw her as was a friend, because he ended up saying during this conversation with Erica Banks that he has more of a connection with her and he just has more of a friendship connection with Amy. And I honestly feel like Khaotic could have been honest with Amy about that, because now I feel like Amy and Erica Banks are going to have tension or some type of drama with each other, all because Khaotic wanted some attention. Shekinah and Spice end up meeting up to have a conversation about what went down in the previous episode between her and Erica after, Spice ended up receiving the key to the region. What happened was Erica had walked into another room and she saw Rashida and Shekinah having a conversation about Safari, and Shekinah ended up telling Erica that Safari told Spice that not only is she lying about him not paying his child support, but she's also lying about them not sleeping together, because he says that the two of them have been sleeping together for a few months and that it really happens every time he comes to the house to see the kids. Now, of course, Erica got really upset and she denied all of this. She ended up pulling out her phone, showing receipts of Safari texting her that he loves her and he still wants to be with her. And she also ended up showing receipts that he makes his child support payments late. And she claims that they haven't been sleeping together, but that he did ask her to pee on him and she did it, which I thought was crazy that she said it on TV. I feel like people are a little bit too open with the things that they do in their bedroom. I think that's something that we really didn't need to know about her and Safari. Now, Spice ended up walking in on them having the conversation about Safari, and she got really pissed off because Erica called Safari a name, and she feels like, Erica should not be calling Safari names because she claims that Erica clearly still wants Safari because he says that they've been still sleeping together. Now, obviously, that pissed off Erica because she feels like Spice is kind of taking Safari's side and believing everything that he says. And so when Spice leaves, Erica starts flipping out. The vein in her forehead starts popping out, and she starts yelling about how Safari doesn't do what he has to do when it comes to his children. Now, during this conversation between Shekinah and Spice, they end up talking about how Erica felt some type of way about Spice posting a photo laughing with Safari and Amara. And, Spice said that she doesn't understand why Erica feels some type of way about that, because Erica knows that Spice is friends with all three of them. And I can kind of see both sides of this argument. I can understand where Erica's coming from, because I would probably feel some type of way too if someone who's supposed to be my friend is posted up in a picture with my ex-husband and his new girlfriend. I would feel some type of way about that too. But at the same time, Spice is friends with all three of them, and Erica already knew this. And if, Spice was friends with Safari and Amara before they even got together, I don't think that it's right for Erica to feel like, Spice shouldn't be friends with them. Now, Spice says that she has a bone to pick with Erica because when she was in the hospital, she had got some voice messages from Safari, and he was crying about her being in the hospital and trying to make sure that she's okay. And Safari had recently told her that when he was crying about her being in the hospital, Erica got pissed off about it and asked him why he was crying over that bitch. And so Safari is just trying to start trouble in Erica's life, because although I do think that it's wrong if Erica referred to Spice as a bitch, even though they're supposed to be friends, I do think that it's really messy of Safari to go back to Spice and try to cause trouble in their lives. If he knows that Spice is sick and she's still having to go in and out of surgeries and stuff, and she's still recovering, why try to get her involved with drama just because you have a problem with Erica? Because I honestly feel like Safari's doing all of this on purpose, and I feel like he just wants people to attack Erica and he wants to make problems in her life. And that's why I feel like Erica should not care anymore about anything that Safari does, because as long as she cares what he's doing and she keeps entertaining him, he's going to keep doing what he's doing, causing drama. Now, I don't always agree with Shekinah, but in this particular situation, I do agree with her because she did end up asking Spice how she knows if Safari's even telling the truth, because Safari has a problem with Erica. So, of course, he's going to tell people things so that they can have a problem with Erica, too. So, I just don't understand why Spice is allowing Safari to drag her into issues that have nothing to do with her, because at the end of the day, that's what it looks like Safari's doing. It looks like he's trying to use Spice as a pawn in his game against Erica, and Spice seems to really be falling for it. Shekinah says that, Safari can't really be trusted because he's also being really messy in the sense that he's trying to get involved romantically with Erica's friends, because recently it came out that Safari was trying to get with Sierra, and Spice ended up dropping a bomb saying that Safari was actually trying to get with her too. So if she knows that Safari is being messy, running around here trying to sleep with Erica's friends, why would she trust anything that comes out of his mouth? Now, I'm not saying that Safari's lying about everything, but I do feel like Spice should stay out of the drama. Now, Shekinah is trying to make peace between Erica and Spice, so she asked Spice if she would be willing to have a conversation with Erica to clear things up, and Spice does agree, but I feel like Shekinah probably shouldn't be trying to play mediator, because if things go south during this conversation between Spice and Erica, she's going to be dragged right into the middle of it. So it's the night of Khaotic's single release party, and Erica Banks is in the front row while Khaotic is doing his performance, and Amy sees that he's all over Erica Banks, hugging and kissing all up on her, and Amy realizes that Khaotic hasn't even come up to her to greet her yet, so she realizes that Khaotic probably already made his decision and decided that he wanted to be with Erica Banks instead of her, and so I do feel like he should have been honest with Amy and told her that he saw her as more of a friend rather than leading her on, but I do feel like Amy shouldn't have been chasing Khaotic the way that she was doing, because I honestly feel like she's too pretty to be doing that. Now, Khaotic does get a little bit jealous when he sees Amy having a conversation with another guy, but I don't believe that he was jealous because he wants to be with Amy. I think that he just wanted the attention that he was getting from Amy because she was chasing him a little bit. Now, I do believe that there's going to be some type of drama between Amy and Erica Banks at some point this season, because when Khaotic came over to the table where Amy was sitting at, she referred to all the other women that he's been entertaining and flirting with as thoughts. And so because the guys on this season are a little bit more messy than they have been before, I do feel like Khaotic is going to go back and tell Erica Banks what Amy said about her. Now, at Khaotic's single release party, Sierra and Diamond end up having a conversation, and Sierra ends up telling Diamond that she has a problem with her taking shots at her on social media, and Diamond says that the reason why she took shots at Sierra was because she saw a video of Sierra pointing in Scrappy's face and saying her name. But the thing about it is that Diamond's mad at the wrong person, because Sierra didn't say anything negative about Diamond during that back and forth with Scrappy. She said that Mama D said that Diamond was pregnant. That's what she said. So if Diamond has an issue with anybody, it should be with Mama D running around spreading rumors about her that's not true. Instead, she took it out on Sierra, and she's been taking it out on Bambi as well. And I just don't understand why Diamond is jumping in to try to save Scrappy because she saw a video of Sierra pointing in Scrappy's face. Like, who cares? Stop putting a cape on for this man. This man causes his own drama in his life. Now, during this back and forth between Sierra and Diamond, Diamond kept referring to Bambi as horsey, and I know a lot of people laugh when people say that about Bambi, but honestly, I don't think she looks like a horse, and I don't think that she's an unattractive woman. I actually think she's really pretty, and the 3 children that she has with Scrappy actually look more like Bambi, in my opinion, than they look like him, so I just don't understand why he's sitting there laughing when people make the joke about her looking like a horse, because in this episode, Diamond made a comment about Bambi looking like a horse, and Scrappy laughed about it, and I just don't think that that's funny. Then on top of that, I just don't understand why Scrappy's sitting around here allowing all his exes to attack his soon-to-be ex-wife that he has 3 small children with. Like, their children are really, really young, and he's sitting there gathering up all his exes to attack this woman who still has to be in a clear mental state to take care of his children. Sierra ends up telling Diamond that she was wrong for being in a hotel room with a married man, and she says that she wasn't wrong because her and Scrappy didn't sleep together and that she doesn't owe Bambi any loyalty. She also says that she can't be a mistress to a man that was hers first, and that's crazy to me, and I'm not really understanding her logic, because if she was no longer with Scrappy and then he gets into a relationship or a marriage with another woman and you're still messing with him, that would make you a mistress, a side piece, whatever you want to call it, so I don't understand where she's coming from with that. that. And then on top of that, I'm confused as to why Scrappy, Mama D, and Diamond are all cool right now, because I did my research before I did this video because I wanted to be accurate in what I say. And I saw an interview of her alleging that Scrappy was abusing her in their relationship. And then I saw another interview of Scrappy saying that she cheated on him and left him for Soulja Boy. And then I saw another interview of Mama D talking really bad about Diamond and about her hygiene. So I'm confused as to how the three of them ended up in cahoots with each other. Maybe Scrappy decided that he was going to make amends with all his exes from the past so that they can come together, take his side, attack Bambi, attack her character, so that he comes out victorious when it comes to the divorce. That's just how I'm seeing it. Jock has a concert that he has to do, and him and Kendra are on the way to the concert, and she ends up telling him on the way there that she invited Bambi and Sierra to come, and Jock gets really upset because Scrappy's going to be there because he has a performance, and so he doesn't want any drama to go down because, number one, it's a place of business, and then on top of that, he has his mom who has cancer that's going to be there, and he just doesn't want any drama to go down, and so he feels some type of way about Kendra not telling him this information, and honestly, I feel like she should have told him too. Now, no drama ends up going down at the concert between Bambi and Scrappy. Scrappy actually ends up seeing Bambi. They kind of run into each other for a brief second, and he doesn't even acknowledge her existence, which she seemed to be okay with because she doesn't want to deal with him anyway. But I think that it's really awkward that they're in this weird place with each other because they do have 3 small children that they have to raise, and so all this drama between the two of them is really messy because at the end of the day, the kids have to come first. Now, at the very end of this episode, Shekinah successfully got Spice to show up to the restaurant to have a conversation with Erica. And while they're sitting at the table, Erica ends up showing up, and it's immediately awkward between her and Spice because Erica tries to go up to Spice to give her a kiss on the cheek, and Spice is not having it. She just wants to have the conversation, and that's about it. So when they sit at the table, Erica starts praising Spice about how she looks up to her because she made her dreams come true, and she just wants to make a better life for her and her kids, and how she can appreciate the fact that Spice is a single mother doing what she has to do because she feels like she could relate to it. And Spice does not want to hear any of that, okay? She wants to get right to the bullshit, and so she ends up telling Erica that she feels some type of way about her being upset about Safari crying about her being in the hospital, and Erica denies that she was upset about him crying about her. She said that what happened was when Safari was crying about Spice being in the hospital, she asked him why he's crying about Spice, but when she was in the hospital really sick, pregnant with their child, he didn't cry, he shed a tear, and he didn't act like he even gave a damn, but yet he's crying over Spice, who's just his friend. And I can kind of understand both sides of this because at the end of the day, if Safari's really close friends with Spice, of course he's going to cry when she's in the hospital, and I can see why Spice would be upset at the fact that Erica had a problem with it. But at the same time, I can see Erica's side of things where, you know, I was married to this man, I had children with this man, I was pregnant with his child, I was in the hospital sick, something could have happened to me or the baby, and he didn't shed a tear, but now he's shedding a tear over you. So I can kind of see both sides of that situation. But if she did call Spice a bitch during that conversation, I think it was wrong. But she said she didn't say that. She said Safari's lying and you really never know who's telling the truth. Erica ends up telling Spice that if she was in her shoes, she would have felt the same way, and Spice denied that, but I kind of feel like Spice wasn't really being truthful because I think anybody would feel some type of way if they were in that situation. Let's say that you were with a man or you had children with a guy and he cried over you guys as friend, but when you were in the hospital pregnant with their child and you were sick and you could have lost the baby or lost your own life and he didn't cry, shed a tear, and didn't act like he cared at all, you would feel some type of way about that. Now, I wouldn't have called her a bitch because at the end of the day, it's not Spice's fault that Safari does the messy shit that he does, but I probably would have felt some type of way too. I just think that Erica was wrong if she did refer to Spice as a bitch in that situation because Safari being messy and playing games doesn't have anything to do with anybody else but him. Things really start to get heated during this back and forth between Erica and Spice when Spice ends up telling Erica that basically she's looking for sympathy from people and that she's acting like she's the first woman to ever be divorced and to be a single mother. She tells Erica that she's been a single mother for 14 years, so welcome to the club. Now, this ends up pissing off Erica because she feels like Spice is trying to say that what she's going through is not a big deal because she's not the only person going through it, and she tells Spice that she's been a single mom for longer because she has a 16-year-old son. This is when things really take a turn for the worse and get ugly, because as soon as Erica says that she has a 16-year-old son, that's when Spice blurts out that that's the son that doesn't like you either. And that's what really pisses off Erica, to where she really starts getting pissed off because she doesn't understand why Spice is bringing up her son like that. And so she's asking Spice how Spice knows that her son doesn't like her. And Spice is saying that Erica told people that. Now, if Erica really did tell Spice that her son has issues with her and Spice is using it in this argument, then I have to question whether or not Spice was ever actually Erica's friend. Because if your friend tells you something in confidence, you shouldn't be using it against her in an argument. So I did think that Spice was wrong for that. Erica gets so pissed off that Spice brought up her son that she ends up standing up and flipping the goddamn table over. I mean, there is glass everywhere because they were eating and having drinks at this table before she flipped it over. So now the restaurant is destroyed. They're being held back by security. Spice is yelling for security to let her go. Erica's throwing shit in Spice's direction. They're just screaming at each other from across the restaurant. And then all of a sudden, Erica ends up calling Spice a monkey, and she called her a monkey more than once. When Erica called Spice a monkey, that's where she went wrong, because I feel like a lot of people were seeing Erica's side of things when it came to this back and forth between her and Spice, because people were upset at Spice for allowing Safari to put a battery in her back. He was telling her negative things about Erica so that she would go after her because he has an issue with Erica. So he was trying to use Spice as a pawn in his game against Erica, and she fell for it. So a lot of people had a problem with Spice for that, and then a lot of people were saying that they felt like Spice was wrong for bringing up Erica's son. Now, I do think that Erica could have just hit back about the son thing. I don't feel like she had to, call her a monkey. I feel like she could have just said, well, you're talking about my son not liking me, but you're in the United States while your kids are all the way in Jamaica. I feel like she could have said something like that instead of calling Spice a monkey. And now I kind of have to side-eye Erica, because it's like, if she was arguing with anybody else across that table that wasn't black, would she have called them a monkey, or is she just calling Spice a monkey because she's black? So I have to look at Erica 3 times sideways because of that. I did see some comments of people saying that Erica wasn't wrong for calling Spice a monkey, because if someone would have brought up their child, they would have called her worse than that. But I still don't agree with that. I feel like Erica was wrong, because her calling Spice a monkey says more about her than it does about Spice. And I just don't understand why she did something like that. I just don't think she should have done it. There was plenty of other things she could have attacked Spice on, but she purposely chose to call her a monkey. And I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with anything that's been going on with Spice and Erica, because at the end of the day, Safari's the one that's causing all this trouble between these two women, and they're falling for it, and they're arguing with each other while he gets to sit back and watch these two women fight. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for all your support, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.